Are we live yet? Are we live yet? Are we live yet? Takes a bit for it to show up on my channel. I think we're up. Well, I can't see the chat yet, so all right, we're up. Let's go. Cool. So I updated the build. You can see the levels now have this tag over here that shows that it's included in the demo. So we have a limited set. I'll just add this to the demo like this. Demo, apply, save. So it'll show up in the encrypted file that picks out the levels that are in the demo. So all the rest of them won't be shipped. For example, this is the finale. This will not be included. I have to send the tutorials are all selected. The prefabs, these are referenced inside the levels, so these will need to be included. And yeah, just a few levels from each of the categories. So the demo won't have that much variety, which I think is okay. Like, don't want to ship the whole game again before it's out. So whenever the demo happens, I will be ready with a build. So that's good. We will end the demo here. So this so we won't include this one. These won't need to go. So D rooms, none of them are included in the demo. D straights, same. And throat and crown. Where's the crown? Crown. Yeah, there you go. So these are excluded. Cool. So where were we? We were here. We were fixing the triggers, which are now not. They're maintaining a reference to the section. So only if the player is in the right section will it be triggered. There's a slight bug over here where the deflect. So when you show up, when a shooter shows up and they haven't taken their first shot yet, they deflect your, if you fire at them before, they will deflect, and that shows a yeah. What was that? Did you see that? What was that? I'll tell you what that was. Deflects. I think it's this one. So we're gonna see how this shows up. What are we looking for? Do browser GUI. Looking glass dot update. Pools. Pool 0. Oh, because I'm still in the demo, am I not? I get it. I can fix this by just including one of these in the demo. Um, but what I want to do is just unflag this. But just to make sure that the debug console works in the demo. Looking glass HUD. Alright. Cool. So I can see all the levels included in the demo. Cool. Alright, let's trigger that deflect. How did you get here? How did you get here? Target. Shooter. Seriously. There is no shooter in sight. Deflects. This is so strange. And this guy is all the way over there. World target recast. Final target. If target is not equal to null and target as agent shooter targeted. Return target is not equal to null. Okay. This sphere cast is working. You think it's able to pick out the enemy all the way in the distance. Strange. Very strange behavior. It just comes and goes, but somehow the target isn't. This doesn't get triggered. But this is being called to pick the target over here. this even possible? Because here we select this target, and this is the same target that we are picking down here. So if it's never being set, it deflects. So here it has the deflect, but is target being set anywhere else? No, it's not. All right, let's pull it out. Show it to me somewhere, bro. This is inside the player loop, so this should just, whenever the target is set, wherever it is set, it should hopefully light up. Thank you for dropping by. Thanks for the support. Try my best to give this everything that I've got. Really counting on it to make its way to the players who want to play this. You know, it's a passion project for me. I just love shooter games. I like the psychedelic vibe. You know, I trust there are people out there who would want to play this. And that keeps me motivated, so thanks. Like it makes a lot of difference. All right, so we found it here. Cheers, man. I try to drop by in the Discord. I'm not very consistent with it, but glad to have you all kind of keeping me company. Awesome. I'm sure you would love the new demo also. The new demo is going to be, whenever we decide to release it, I think it's going to be it's the same game that you played before, but it's more polished and there's more variety in it now. So all that waiting will hopefully pay off. And I can't wait to see what you guys think about it, and I will make all the adjustments necessary before we do the release, so that we have the psychedelic shooter that we need. Okay, so this target right here, it's so strange that it doesn't stop here, but it stops outside. This is so strange. Is this bad boy returning somewhere? Return true. There you go. I think that's why it's not. Okay. Let's try that again. If there's just one target, right? Like, okay, selectable targets, count, selectable targets. If over here we have a shooter, yeah, well, I have the best music sound team has outdone themselves. Actually, my childhood friend, who's a musician, he's a producer also. He also plays the drums, and we worked together on like a small game that I made when, like, way back when I was in like high school, college, and I hit him up and I was like, bro, I'm making a game. Like, do you wanna help out? And he was just like, yes. And we sat down on stream and we we got, like, I didn't do anything. I was just there for emotional support, and he just like banged out this track, and I loved it. He loves it, and yeah, I found some music online. Will C Robo, man, that he live codes his music. I just wanted that. I wanted that energy in the game, and I'm glad we have it. Yeah, man, he's making magic. So glad to have that vibe in the game. Really love that stuff. Peak aesthetics. Okay, so how did this target make its way into the view? That's, the game is, I'll tell you, spoiler alert, most of it is just, the music and the visuals and the gameplay, like the way it feels. I trimmed the fat almost completely, and it is like, I want to call it like a vibe game. Like, you have atmospheric games, you have walking simulators. This is more just like a, like, I enjoy games that just feel good. As I've gotten older also, it's just more difficult for me to sit down for 4 hours and like check off all the quest logs and everything. I want to just like sit and like feel my way through a game, and I've made all the progression, the levels, the mechanics to just push the player a little bit in that direction. Like, just come and vibe with the game and just have a good time, and then just go about your day. Games are addictive. They suck up a lot of your time, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing or whatever. Like, everyone plays their own way. I wanted to focus on just making something that is like high intensity, quick, and just fun to be with, and then that's it, right? Like, it doesn't try to do anything else. So if like that's what's drawing you to the game, then I guess I'm doing my job right to some extent. Yep, that's what the game is about. That's why the one hit kills. That's why the extremely lenient aiming. Like, it's practically like auto aim all the way, and it's more. I wanted it to be more about the rhythm than anything else. Like, shooters are usually about like precision, and that is like, there are lots of games out there, you can play them. I wanted to do something a little bit different. 1771. Okay, 17,71, and the player camera is at, see, it's so far away. It is so far away. How could it sphere cast intersect sphere forward E dot reticle? What is this function anyway? Start direction sphere center. Start direction sphere center. This is the radius of the circle. What is this set to? Target radius, cast radius. So this is not distance limited. Fascinating. See this, I'm doing the distance check over here. That's the problem. This is a big problem. Nowhere in this function am I clipping the enemies at a distance. How has it been working so far? This, this is so silly. How do I get myself into these situations? See, checking distance is like it's not even active. Like the game works and I'm just like, yeah, maybe I don't need to fix all of this stuff, and then I go in and I'm like, oh. Alright, let's just prune it over here. If distance is greater than constants dot encounter distance continue. I think technically it should be inside here. Target site. Is it this? See, over here it flags it like this. That's why. If distance is greater than encounter distance, target site is false. Is this not being called? Why would you not call this, brah? Update target site. Agent, update target site. Interesting. Test site. This is a different line of sight. Let's go back. Target site. Man, oh yeah, the patience that I have to do this kind of thing, I think it comes from just a lot of. I'm so used to this. I've some background. Like I wanted to make games since I was like super young, and I got into computer programming because it felt right. You know, I did end up going to school for it, but that was like much later, and it's one of those things where it's like it becomes second nature almost. Like I don't like I'm not a like a computer programmer. Like I don't know all the like I'm not an expert at it, but it's just it feels right to be fiddling with these numbers and variables and everything. So it's like at some level I'm kind of like tuned to that frequency. But yeah, I think that's why I'm able to do this in the first place, because yeah, it looks like I have a lot of patience, but man, I'm very comfortable doing this. It's yeah, it's kind of like when I was young, like it was so difficult to like the outside world was so tough to deal with and like complicated, but code was just this like super logical. I can dictate everything and like everything feels like I can like go in and control it. It's consistent, it's predictable. That's why I feel like part of my brain is just very programming oriented. But I'm still bouncing around here trying to figure out why this isn't working. Test site. Target site. Target site is being set in here. This is being called inside the agent, and the agent should be targetable, base targetable, and this should give you test target site. See, how is this Okay, you know what? Let's try this. Are we paused here? Are we still? Where were we? Okay, cool. So this target should have a variable that says target site. S target site true. How? It's clearly very far away. Let's go one level deeper. Da, 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 da. E. This time it didn't show up. Oh, now it's not showing up at all. Did we change anything? What's going on? Come on. Bug out for me. Oh, I hate when this happens. Yeah, of course it's in sight now. Yes. Found it. You found it, yes. What did we change? I didn't change anything. This? Okay, so this is it's working because of this. Targetable. Oh man, is this some kind of like race condition? So like this variable is probably just not being set, or maybe it's being set after. Like this it's targetable, but then this distance is greater than encounter distance. E dot reticle length, player camera absolute position. Targetable, target site, camera absolute position, reticle. See, it's the same. The only way this thing is going to be true is if this is lesser than encounter distance. Oh wait, I think I know what's going on. The target site is not being updated because he's still spawning. Oh, so you know what I did? I'll tell you what I did. We got a new animation for to make the enemies appear. So when you're in that encounter mode, when enemies show up, they kind of like play a little animation to kind of materialize out of the ether, and that animation stalls the update until it's done. So yeah, you see that? That's happening because agent appear right here. You see this? Ta-da! Problem solved. Is the problem solved though? technically it shouldn't. I definitely got it this time. Target side should technically set to false. So when an agent appears, reset. Can we just set this to false here? No. Why not? Cannot be using it because the set accessor is inaccessible. Why is the set accessor inaccessible? Because protected. Is it still inaccessible? No, it's not. Aha. We're gonna have to do this for the balloon as well. Reset, clear. Okay, let's just see if this works. Okay. Otherwise, what we want to do is, oh, you see, I'm calling this over here. This is smart. Am I doing this for the agent? I'm not. Aha. I am not doing it. We could include that too. Thanks, man. We're getting there. I'm pretty confident of. See, it's working now. All right, problem fixed. All right, cool. Target side false. Update target side. Balloon. Update target side. Register target. Who's doing this? Register target this. Oh, okay. So maybe I should register the target before. Okay. Who else is calling this? Should we wrap it? Should we wrap it in that function? Should we? Update target site. Yeah, I think this should work. That I'll show you what it was. So basically, you know, the game is picking out the targets that are on the cursor, and there's like a you know, it's in normal games, like you point at a target, and if it's, you know, if the reticle is inside the bounds of the target, you can shoot it. But in this game, it's kind of doing some, you know, some calculation to see if you shoot, will that enemy get taken down. So there's a bunch of logic there, right? It's trying to make it so that even if your reticle is not on the target, if it's like nearby, it'll pick the nearest enemy and like just shoot it. so that's why that stuff is complicated. But this I'll show you in slow motion. So this enemy that's gonna come up in front, that's the kind of enemy that shoots back at you, and they have like a shield, so you can't take them out immediately at first shot. And the game tells you that. The game tells you that, okay, this guy is like immune right now. So you're gonna see a little kanji underneath the reticle when I first see him. Check it out. You see that? So that was showing up. That kanji was showing up like just randomly. It was because I wasn't setting the this is complicated stuff, but it's working now, so we're good. So if I shoot him, he just deflects me. Like it's made in a way where I can just, you see, the reticle is clearly not on the enemy, but I can just boom, and the game's like, yeah, you got it. Yeah, so there are some occasions where all the UI elements, all the the non-world elements are actually on the screen. They're not inside the world. Um, and I kept that as like a design language. It's like tamashika is like helping you kind of understand what's going on in the world, but not by changing the world, but like the overlay on top of the world. Um, so like different enemies will do different things. Yeah, man, my aim is like after working on this game for so long, when I go to other first person shooters again, I'm just like, I have to aim now. So boring. So check this out. Like we have this over here. Like this enemy has a special um, ability to pull the player in. So when I go on top, like you see that down arrow, that's gonna make me bam, bam, bam. Nice. So this kind of stuff is what the game is not gonna have like the generic kind of enemy variety. It's just like they're gonna do funky stuff in the late game. So I have a few more of these tricks up my sleeve. So hopefully we'll have a good mix. You see how that guy just spawned another shooter on top? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple. I also have to work on these biomes. Let's check this out. All these different styles. We do have different weapons, but they're not gonna, it's not gonna be like you know how you select weapons before you jump into the game, like in Battlefield or something. You're gonna get them temporarily in the middle at some levels. Which this one? Yeah, everyone's like that's copied from Overwatch. What's the name of that character? The one that has the double guns. Tracer, is it? Yeah. But that's just like, I don't know, like getting pulled back into a corridor is such a generic kind of like, it's even a movie trope, I guess, at some level. Like it's I always wanted that. I always wanted to like experience that in a game. So I just made that game, I guess. Getting pulled into a corridor. Psychedelic corridor. Well, I mean, it's fine. Like, people are gonna reference other games. Like, I don't know why everyone was calling this, it's just Ultra Kill or something. And I'm just like, no, Ultra Kill is actually a very different game. Like, it's totally different. Not only in the visuals, but also in like the way the levels are structured, the mechanics. So, it's I don't know, man. Like the game space, at least the lens that I get of it through Twitter, inspired. That's what I like to say. Like, I'm not trying to hide the fact. Like, I keep gushing about Post Void because that was my biggest inspiration. I'm not trying to hide that. But I feel like a lot of the discourse around games is just like, this kind of like team-based side-taking almost. It's like, it's just trying to do it like this game or like that game. It's just like, it's not a competition. Like we take inspiration and we try to mix things, and all of us are kind of standing on the shoulders of giants, and that's how it is. but there's this kind of like team side taking energy that I don't relate with it. Yeah. Yeah, it is like that. AR5. I'm sorry I took it down. I know it would be cool to still have it, but I wanted to change a lot of stuff in it, you know. So just give me a bit more. I will get it. I will get it ready for you all, so that you can play a more polished version of it. Also, it is, you know, a very repetitive game. It's like you could just like get bored on the same content, so I don't wanna like keep it up forever. And I'm going to fix that. Like obviously that's like a problem with the game, but I have a lot more content that I want to add, and I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to do that with the release. Yeah, and there's like other games out there. You should go try them out, right? Like we it's I'm glad people are still excited for it, and I want to make sure that, you know, it's all you got in the demo and more, and a lot more. So that's gonna happen. Side X. So the waypoint goes here. Okay, cool. You see, it's the same level that I'm playing over and over again, but the exits are different and the enemy placements are different. That's how the game is doing the variety right now, just to keep you on your toes. That was the problem that I have with the demo. I was like, I know, like, it was fun to play still because it's the same gameplay, but the level variety was just, I was as some part of me was just not having it. I was like, this is not the way I pictured it, you know. And that's what I was able to fix after we finished the demo and I took it down. I kind of went back into I went back to the drawing board basically, and I seriously had to lock in, and I actually changed a very significant part of the game. I actually ended up deleting a lot of the content that I had already made. So in a certain sense, it might not look this is a very, very different game from the one that you played before. Yup, totally. That's how I get into doing this in the first place. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to find the motivation for it. I've noticed that it's very obvious. Like you wanna have that like gritty kind of like, you know, like I really want this thing to be good. You know, that feeling. Like I've worked on many projects before, and I'll be honest, like there was variance in that feeling. I remember it was the highest when I worked on Lovely Planet, and that was like more than 10 years ago now. And that was like I was in that headspace, you know. I had just finished university, and I was like, I have always wanted to make video games, and this is my chance. So I am going to dedicate myself completely to this. And I feel like I'm in a very similar place now, and I hope it shows in the work that I put out. All right. Did you see that? The way it was cleaning out the level? That's what's different. So before, I had these like pre-baked levels, just pieces that I had made in like a 3D software like Blender. Yeah. I have to adjust that actually. Like you see this thing, right? Like it's filling in the level. You can see it. You see that? Yeah. So what it's doing now is it takes these pieces, right? It takes all of these pieces, and it comes up with a sequence of these pieces, and it places them on the level. And once it's done placing them, it tries to like learn how the level is structured, where the walls are, where the floor is, and where the ceiling is supposed to be, and then it fills it up like piece by piece. It's kind of like Minecraft, for example, right? Like it's not actually voxels, but it goes like it finds the wall, and then it draws the lines, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna fill in the pieces here grid by grid. So it is going to be grid based. But still I get to add variety by just doing here. Like I can just do this, save as fast run 3, and I'm like, okay, I want this to be like this instead, you know. There you go, right? Like this is the level now, and I can just go in the game, and boom, we have whatever this level is. Right? So yeah, this is so much nicer than, you know, going into 3D software, like changing the geometry and then exporting it to the game and then importing that into the level. And then I'm like, oh, this wall is too close, you know, and I'm like, okay, how do I change that? Oh, I have to go and like, you know, now I can just do it on the fly. So if this wall is too far away, Alt Tab, 1, 2, 3, 4, save, refresh, and come on, that is cool, right? Like that's, yeah, this is what, I'm just geeking out, man. Yeah. So this is fun. Just gotta have fun, man. If you're doing like some creative thing, just make sure you're having fun. It helps. No, I did not do all the art. These graphics, like this stuff, this is computer generated. Like this is not a texture. But these models, I made a friend on Twitter. Um, uh, all the on-screen graphics, all the enemies. That's my artist, and she's done the most amazing job with these. Like it's just like the appear animation. Look at this. Whoa. And it does a little jiggle too, like. So this is not me. I cannot draw at all. It's really cool, man. Like hand drawn frame by frame animations. So all of this is, yeah, this is all hand drawn. Super duper grateful to have found someone who, like, I want their style to be in the game, you know, and it's there, but it also doesn't detract from the thing that I've wanted in the game. So it's this funky kind of like combination of, you know, it's everything that I imagined but more, and I guess that's the magic of like finding people who get what you're trying to do, and they do their thing also, and it doesn't take away from the thing that you're doing but adds to it. Yeah, I recorded a podcast with a friend yesterday, and I mentioned this. Like, it's like, wait, is that what it's like working in a team where people are kind of aligned, and they kind of discover the thing that you're working on together? Oh man, I got a taste for that with Lovely Planet. It's a long time ago. Why is this outside? Shooter. Up here. Oh, because it is outside. Yeah, that synergy, I'm telling you, man, like I did not experience that the same way before. Something about this project has allowed me to attract the right people. Have come into even my sound team. Like I sit down with my sound engineer, and he's just like asking me all the tough questions about, like, okay, why is the game doing it like this, or, you know, what's the philosophy behind this enemy, or, and all of those kind of questions, which, like, it's all there in my head, but exploring it with someone else, it kind of, there's this some chemical reaction happens. You know what I mean? And I think that's it. That's the synergy, right? I've mostly spent most of the games that I've worked on, I've done very, like, mostly solo. So this is very different for me. like this. This is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Save as. B_R9 save as. B rooms apply save. Let's get rid of this stuff. It's a lot messier with the shooter here. Should this? Very disorienting. See how quickly I'm able to like adjust the level. This is such a breeze. And this is gonna show up in the, you're gonna feel it. The levels are gonna be more handcrafted. There's no way to do this without getting shot. Let's come back to this. So I just discarded this. I just put this in 0, so it's gone. We tried. Throat. Fast front. Works better with just sports. This could actually be an A room. What A rooms do we have? No, it's too tough. B turns maybe? so strange. Hello, Anomaly. What's up? I think we already have a level that's doing this. I did a very quick stream yesterday because my friend showed up, so that's why I had to cut it short. So I thought I'll jump back in early this morning. Game's going good, man. Game's going good. We squashed a bug this morning. That was nice. I got a few things on the list that I have to check off. Primarily, I'm looking at a little bit more content in the late game. I just have to churn out a few levels and think then we'll be set. And a little bit more variety in the biomes, so there's like different graphics. Right now we have a pretty good system already where, so when you go into the level, say I'm just playing the level for today, you see this is the color scheme. Now if I go like 2 days before, it'll be a different color scheme. So I like this because it'll be able to you'll be able to identify levels by the color, and there are like 7 colors. So every week, every day of the week will have a different color scheme, and I wanna stick to that. It makes it recognizable. Like the difference going from one level to another will be immediate, at least in the color scheme. But after that, I want to do something like this, so the patterns also change. So just a few more of these would be cool to have, I think. Like you see the ground also changes. This is just like, it is still a mechanic, right? Because you have a new level every day, and we're recycling a lot of the pieces that are already in the game, but the level remains the same every day, on each day. So some way to convey that, okay, hey player, like we have a new level today, right? And for that it has to do something to make it stand out. So that's how I'm justifying the new color palette for each day. So it will never happen that you play a level today and then you play a level tomorrow and the color scheme is the same, right? Like at least the game will do as much as that to convey that there has been a new level that has been generated. Like I would go like way deeper, and have like day-wise mechanics and stuff like that. We've got hints of it right now. Okay, like I want to flesh it out. I don't know how much time we'll have to do that, but man, I'm gonna continue working on this, and we will eventually have that. So I don't want to make any promises. Okay, don't clip this and be like, the dev said this or whatever. But it'd be cool to like have like weapons Wednesdays or something. The skins are going to be attached to the day. So like if I change the day, it'll be a different color scheme. So like the rest of the stuff could change also. I could add like a day wise, wall graphics and everything. uh, let's just leave that for later. I'll see if I can pull that off. Thanks, man. Thanks. Try my best here. It's more like an internal struggle. Like it's like when you're doing this creative kind of thing and you think too much about like, oh, what will people think, this that, like it kind of it just like my energy goes all over the place and then I can't do my thing. So it's more of just like looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, are you making the thing exactly the way you want to make it or not? And I think that's I just stick to that standard. Yeah, I try to stick to that standard. Error messages. I just saved myself like at least 4 minutes of debugging. Classic. Winning. We're winning. Oh, not again. I do this because I want to ration out like each of these is costing me memory real estate, so I am judicious with it. Man, I am not liking the distance at which these guys are spawning. I need to fix this. Like, look at this is. Back to the drawing board. Astral plane on FM and sure, public virtual void and override void, and still a problem. Spring timer max is not being used anywhere. here, push. Okay, I want to be able to inject these distances, this radius, if not astral. Encounter distance 0.7. Angle. See, I want to be able to set these two. Let's get to it. Radius. We're seeing private, bruh. Public. Radius. Angle 1, angle 2. Alright. Radius. Angle 1 is equal to angle 1. Angle 1, angle 2. Okay, so alright, this is set. Relay astral plane. So just want to, because we're in astral, so the difference between the relay and the astral is because is that relay doesn't open the the wormhole. So once we were in the wormhole, the point is to kind of like, you know, get the player to like to really snatch their view a little bit. So I'm gonna increase these angles a little bit. This is almost 90 degrees. That's a lot. Let's try it. Social reaction mechanic. Yeah, man. Have all of the any mechanic that brings players to interact with each other. I have a server sitting here that I've made, which pulls in like a live player count and everything. I wanted to do, you know, the Dark Souls style. What are those things called on the ground when you die? Like you can see other players, like, you know, how they leave messages for each other and all of that. Was trying to go for something like that. It would be cool if I can implement a version of it. Much better. Did you see that? Did you see that? Astral 60. Astral. Stop. Astral 600. Apply. So it's single player, linear story, offline RPG story mode. Yeah, you gotta bring the players together anyway. See, I'm liking this, like, you know, like the player has to be surprised a little bit. Not bad, not bad. Do you think we can make it a little bit wider? I like the distance. How about this? So 45-degree angle. Bro, I have my days too. Don't worry about it. Too wide. So now now it's appearing outside the camera. Too wide. Excuse me. You know the game is trying to be psychedelic when it does things like this, right? There is no sense of speed here. I really need to fix this. A lot of things on the list. And we also don't have tutorial 6 yet, which is fine because I actually have added mechanics since the last time I made the tutorials. This tutorial 5 also gets like really big, so I have actually split it up into 2 levels. See what I did there? Copy paste, baby. Works like a charm. professional programmer, man, I don't know if I had to write the code for that Control C Control V. Okay, I actually had to. I wrote like, when I press these buttons, please do this, and it works, and it doesn't work when caps lock is pressed, because I didn't fix that. So this level introduces teleportation, right? And then over here we go straight into astral, and over here we have some enemies that are doing a regular relay. This is nice. Like, I am front loading like a lot of mechanics very quickly. And I like that. I want the players to be like a little bit stuck at the tutorials, you know, just like, you know, just make your way through these levels, struggle with it a little bit, because it is a sizable part of the game at this point. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna make it so that we don't introduce the astral mechanic till tutorial 6. Tutorial 6. Tutorial 5A. See, now this is like the next level of teleportation, because you're teleporting to the right this time. Could do something a little bit more entertaining here. Should we do something more entertaining here? I say let's give it a shot. Add a little bit of variety. Have some fun. Let's do some open platforms. See, I just pressed Control D and it didn't work. There, now it worked. Professional programming, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Over here, let's give the player a little taste of what it feels like to spawn a shooter. Single shooters 301. 303. This is really boring because the player is not turning, they're just like entering a big room where nothing happens. Let's do a little zigzag. What time is it for you guys? I'm in Asia, so it's morning time for me. Cool. So you're all to the west. Sweet. Did anyone play Arc Raiders? I've been hearing so much about it. I never really got into, the whole PUBG battle royale thing. I played DayZ like way back, while it was still like a mod, you know. Is it? It's not like a regular battle royale. So it has like a PvE kind of element to it, right? I was reading about the way they do their matchmaking, where like they figure out if players are more PvP oriented, so they throw you in a server where it's more competitive like that. I think that's really smart. Right. Yeah, they have. I read about it. I think just yesterday. I think John Blow retweeted it. Yeah. I think it's smart for the game to like understand what players want out of the experience, and it's kind of like a two-way process because these games are pulling in so much data, right? And this is north of adaptable difficulty and all of that. This is more like can the game mold itself to what kind of experience the players are expecting from it, and I like it when these bigger studios are like figuring that out. I want to be able to do a version of that, with the kind of games that I want to make too, where it's just the game learns the player almost as much as the player learns the game. I think we're not too far away from that, and turn that up to 11, and then you have like the whole idea of UGC and player. It'll be about how the player approaches the game that makes it unique for them. So it'll become like this, how like people do speedruns and stuff. They're like, look how I was able to beat this level and all of that. Imagine a version of that where like players are doing funky stuff with a game that makes the game change in a way other players haven't been able to get it to do. Does that make sense? Is any of what I'm saying making any sense? Machine learning, man, I think it's pretty cool. Like everyone's just hating on AI all the time. I'm just like, yeah, can we find the good bits here and use that, if there is any? I'm pretty sure there's something there. Yeah, it'll be a different kind of experience. You're onto something, man. RPGs, I think they're primed for some kind of like player adaptability. You know, the whole thing is kind of set up in a way where like, you have a character with stats and this and that. The game knows the character that you're playing, and it can adjust to that. Oh yeah. That's, I mean, the speedrun style of exploring a game is going to be its own thing. No one's taking away from that. But it's like, you know, it's like you have. It's like, I'll tell you the difference, right? Like you speedrun a level, and you're like, wow, this guy was able to figure out this shortcut or whatever, and they're extremely skilled, so they were able to press the right buttons at the right time, right? That versus you know, hand a piano to someone who's been at it for 10 years, and you see their fingers move on that thing, and they go like no, and you're just like, whoa, they're making like this awesome music, right? That level of expression, but like but in a video game, almost as if the video game was an instrument. You see where I'm going with this? Like it's it'll be a form of expression, not just like a skill, but like, oh, see how I danced with this game differently, that made it, you know, made it produce these visuals or these sounds or and all of that, right? How cool is that? Yeah, my thoughts, they go out sometimes, you know. I kind of wanted to do a version of that with Tamashika, where like the game could somehow adapt to how fast you're going, and like adjust the level in a way where like you can push her, right? You can be like, look, it's so easy for me, and she's like, oh yeah, and then she's like, let's see your reaction time go up just a little bit, you know, just a little bit more, maybe just a little bit. Could be like a, you know, like she could tease you, she could, like, I want her to get angry if you're just like messing it up, and like, if you know how players, they yell at games as if they're not alive when they suck at it. Like, I want her to go red, and like all the enemies are like 10 times more difficult. They're just like, you gotta calm down, bro, otherwise I'm gonna make it hell for you, you know. Well, she will have elements of this, like, let's just say at an aesthetic level, we're gonna have that. How much of it is gonna be, you know, actual mechanics, we'll see. Like, I rolled an idea with my publisher. I was like, yo, what if like after 2 hours the game just shuts down? They were like, yeah, no. I'm like, I know, that was never gonna fly. You know how Nintendo games sometimes say like, yo, you've been playing for 30 minutes, how about a walk and a drink of water? I would like to have that. I've not even designed the game to kind of like, you know, keep you sucked in. It's like it's the same level every day. Like, on each day it's just one level. So the incentives aren't there for, you know, yeah, go touch grass feature. Like, you need that, especially for a game that's so intense, right? Like, I don't want players to sit down and like play this forever. Like, you know, just come have fun and just let it be. That basically that, but in a self-adjusting way. So the player doesn't even have to, the player doesn't have to go out of their way and like select that option. The game will just like just figure it out. Wait, what game did that? Is there a game that does the fourth wall break where it crashes? I am not familiar. That's like Metal Gear Solid did that, right? Where you have to like change the safe, like the slot, the controller slot. Cool. Nice. Yeah, the Psycho Mantis thing is like classic, right? It's classic. Relay 302. Delete. Duplicate. X flip. 302. Lovely. Ceiling lamp, flat wall light. Oh, sweet. That's smart. I didn't know that. I never got through Undertale. I think I missed out on a lot of very cool games. I don't know. Maybe it's my brain. Games that have too much dialogue and I have to read too much just don't suck me in. Um, I'm very tactile with my games. Yeah, the MMO level. That is like, yeah, that's like a, what was that game? I think Divinity Original Sin, like the Baldur's Gates of the world. Man, I just don't have the brain for it. um, it's not made for my brain. But yeah, I see your point with Undertale. Like it's it is compact dialogue. It doesn't overstay its welcome. And that's cool. My ideal level of my ideal level of dialogue tolerance is Dark Souls. Letting. I am scared. I actually have no idea about this game. I'm scared. It's a nightmare. This one. This is from a while back too. Yeah, I know there's a whole like horror game like thing. I again never got into it. I will check it out. No promises though. Horror games are just scary, man. Get scared. uh, I have a feeling I've made this very difficult. I'm trying to think what horror game I've played. Of course, you guys remember PT? Now that's my kind of horror game. It's that very minimal aesthetic. The corridor that kept repeating. Sign me up. Very surreal. Yeah. PT. Kojima Silent Hill didn't happen. We're just not in the right timeline, I guess. Anomaly horrors. Is that a subgenre? I need more coffee. Yes, platform 8 again. You know what? I think I got it. I think it's just, I just like corridors, you know? Coming from the guy who's making tamashika, I think it makes sense. There's something like about the setup of that, you know, that the cyclical kind of fractal exploration, you know, where you're going into the level but you're not going anywhere at the same time. I just like mind bendy stuff like that, you know. So we transition from this level to this level. We got a straight teleport, we got a right teleport, we got a left teleport. I think we need a nice encounter to wrap it all up. Thanks for the emotional support. It counts. It counts way more than all the nerdy stuff that goes into making these games. Need more space here. Minus 4.5. The tamashika party. Should I rename it? Rename the channel video? Relay 101. This should be 102. Apply. I think we can reintroduce that open platform here. Open platform. And get our shooter back. Should we hit them with the astral plane? This will be so mean. I think players can handle it. Gotta test this out. right back, guys. Just gonna hit the restroom. Uh, I am BACC. I'm back. Whoa. Whoa. Why is this happening? No errors. Never mind. I think I'm gonna score that second coffee, guys. Thank you so much for dropping by. This is really fun. sleep well. Um, Again, thanks for coming by. It's nice to have some company, and thanks for being excited for the game. Love you guys. See you guys around. Have a nice day, evening, whichever time zone you may be in. I'll log in a bit later, maybe, if you guys are still around. No promises. Um, Infinite bliss. See you around.